Well, the new Z06 has about 2,000 miles on it. You know what that means. Back to the dealership. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. Thanks for pressing play. Today, we are going to be taking the 2025 Z06 back to the dealership because we have 2,000 miles on it. And if you guys have been watching the channel for any length of time, you know I like to maintain these cars in a way that is a little bit over the top. I want to make sure that things are done correctly and done more often rather than less often. So today, we're taking it in for its first oil change and its first transmission filter change. So let's talk about it. And let's show it. We're gonna do both, starting now. Check out that view, guys. We got the C8 Z06 sitting right, the C7 ZR1 sitting right. Oof, both big wangs. Anyway, so we got sitting up here on a fully PPF'd car, so no worries. We got the C8 Z06 or C8 Corvette in general transmission filter because we're going to talk about what's going on here, but I was basically told they won't do the transmission filter early anymore. GM has apparently told them don't do it before 7,500 miles. So you literally cannot use the free service before 7,500 miles anymore. I did it before with my 2020 and also my 2023, but now starting apparently in 2024, they will not allow you to do it early. So I got to provide my own filter, but the oil change will be covered because my particular dealership actually offered a free oil change on top of GM's oil change at 7,500 miles. So I'll get a free oil change and the filter change today because I'm providing the filter. And then my free oil change and transmission filter change will actually still be intact for the 7,500 mile maintenance plan, if that makes any sense. But anyway, let's jump in the car, head out, and talk a little bit more about all of this stuff because I know some of you guys have questions. So let's do it. So here we are, guys, 2,300 miles, and we get this. Looks like we just got an update done. Let's talk about everything we're doing here because I know there's a lot of questions on the whole transmission maintenance schedule thing. So let's talk about all of it. So we are on the way to the dealership. Like I said, what we're doing here is we're getting the oil changed and the transmission filter changed. I'm doing it obviously much earlier than GM recommends. In the maintenance plan from GM, they don't recommend the first oil change or transmission filter change until 7,500 miles. And in my opinion, that's too long. So I don't claim to be a genius on this. I don't claim to be a professional. I do, however, know that you can't change fluids or filters too often. So worst case scenario here, I'm wasting a filter and I'm wasting some fluid. But in my opinion, this stuff needs done earlier than 7,500 miles. And there's a lot of people out there that agree with that. So yeah, I think we're doing the right thing here. But sorry. Oh God, every time I hear this car, we want to protect that flat plane crank. That's ultimately what we're doing here, and protecting the transmission that allows it to shift so fast. So, like I said, we're not doing anything that's going to hurt the car here by any means. If anything, it's going to prolong the life, and that's what we're really trying to do here. Oh God, how could you not love that? Anyway, you guys have probably seen the video that I created by now talking about the maintenance plan for the transmission. Like I said, GM doesn't recommend the first filter change until 7,500 miles. I think that's too long. We're going to be changing it today. But outside of that, they also recommend a complete fluid change at 45,000 miles or 3 years. So this is a brand new 2025. I won't have to change the fluid in this car. I won't hit 45,000 miles in 3 years, but I will have to change it by 2028 to make sure that the fluid is as good as possible. Now, by 2028, I'll probably have 10, 15,000 miles on the car at most. Oh my God, yes. So you guys, I think I've told you before, almost every time I drive the car, I'm usually in paddle shift mode. And there's a couple reasons for that, but the biggest one is that sound. I mean, listen to this. Wow! Oh my God, I freaking love it. Hey, look at that! An opening in traffic. You don't say. Listen to that! Oh my God, it sounds so good. Yes. Woo-wee. She's singing now, boys. Anyway, sorry. It's hard to keep a straight thought whenever you're driving this thing like this. But yeah, anyway, you're going to be at 3 years for the transmission fluid, which, like I said, it's 3 years or 45,000 miles. So there is no... if you don't put 45,000 miles on the car and you think you're good, that's not the case. 3 years is the max you're going to get out of this fluid. So that will be 2028 for me. My 2023 that I just recently sold is going to be due for fluid change sometime this year. Just so you guys know, the transmission maintenance on this car is actually really simple. People overcomplicate it online for some reason, but it comes down to only a couple things. Change the transmission filter at 7,500 miles. If you're paranoid like me, do it more often, but do it at least at 7,500 miles and then again at 22,500 miles, and make sure your fluid is completely changed out in 3 years, or the 45,000 miles, whichever comes first. So that's pretty much it. There is nothing more than that to it. So when you see people online going crazy about the transmission maintenance plan or the transmission in general on this car, it seems to me it's unwarranted. The maintenance is not that difficult. But right now we're going to Cranberry, Zillionople area in Pennsylvania here, where there's a dealership called Cochran, and the guy that works there, he's a vet tech. His name is Greg. I've worked a lot with him. It's actually where I bought this car, believe it or not. I saw it on the showroom floor one day whenever he was working on my black 2023 Z06, and just kind of kept it in the back of my mind. But ultimately, he's the guy I trust with this stuff. So he'll do my oil change, he'll do the transmission filter change, and we'll film some of the process. We filmed it a couple different times, but I wanted to talk a lot about this maintenance thing because people seem to blow it out of proportion, like I said. And it's kind of odd to me that people do that, considering it's not difficult in the slightest, especially if you have a good vet tech, which I know is more rare than anything. But anyway, we're going to continue our drive and once we get to Cochran, we're going to pop out and we're going to get our oil changed and the transmission filter done. But guys, you want to take care of this flat plane crank. Listen to this baby. This car is such a freaking blast to drive, guys. If you don't have a Z06, you don't know what you're missing. Anyway, we'll see you soon. So this is interesting. We pull in, park here at the certified service here at Cochran, ready to get this thing done. And right beside it is a cacti green. That's kind of funny. Look at the difference here. That's pretty interesting. So again, Seawolf gray, cacti. But this guy actually tracks his car. Look at all the track marks on this thing. It's a Stingray, but he's definitely been to the track. Pretty stark difference in person. Another thing is the way these forge lights fit the car versus stock. That is really in there. Yeah, forge light killing it as always. And aside from the fact that Greg really knows his stuff here, this is another reason. They cover up the seat. They really take care of the car while it's here. It's not often you see this color in person, but yeah, this car is looking freaking fantastic as always, guys. Let's get this thing serviced. this thing, I figured we can't possibly miss an opportunity to talk about a C7 Z06 in Laguna Blue, looking absolutely gorgeous. Really a beautiful car. It's got ACS rock guards on it. The front and rear. Looks like some maybe ACS fender spats, painted carbon flash to match everything. Really a beautiful car. Always liked Laguna Blue on these cars. And the best part, you can see it in there, it is a manual transmission. Awesome looking car. So we're about to get started here, guys, but what I wanted to check is the wire harness back here. If you guys remember, I had to have Greg tape up the wire harness on my black one. And if we look at this one, I can get a, yeah, there it is. It's taped really nicely up out of the way. So GM obviously learned or fixed their issue from the 23s onto the 24s or 25s, because it is way higher up there and looks like it's actually clipped up out of the way. So that was an issue on my 23, but it looks like it's only an issue on the 23s. So that's good to know. We're going to be changing oil here in a second. Like I said, fluid's going to be nice and freaking hot after running 3,000 RPM for the last 10 minutes, I think it is actually. I thought it was 5, but apparently it's 10. Took a lot longer than I thought it would. So guys, interestingly enough, since I did buy this car here, I just found out that Greg did the PDI on this car. And I think I mentioned before on camera that the car has the front brake ducts installed, the underbody strakes, and the rear ducts, this part at least, not the part that sits real low. He actually managed to do all of it like it should be done. This is, again, why I like this guy. He does these things when it's not even necessarily necessary, but it's less work for me to have to do at the end of the day. So he's gonna remove this transmission pan, I like to call it, even though that's not really what it is. It's right below the transmission, and that will gain him access, of course, to the filter and everything. But the problem is there's like 300 bolts to do it, so always a good time. No leaks, that's a good thing. But we're going to be getting up under here for the transmission filter right there. Also makes it easier to change the oil without having that on there, so kind of two birds, one stone kind of thing. Ready to get burnt? I think it's wild they make that transmission filter thing that you did for 10 minutes. All it does is just make everything really hot. So that plug you just drained there is the pan, not the dry sump. The dry sump comes out like literally like a friggin' waterfall. That's where all the oil's at. Yep, part 3 of the oil change is the filter. A little more fluid than you would think that comes out of there. How did you get that filter off already? Oh, it's in there. Okay. I was gonna say I've never been able to unclip it from there without like oil flying everywhere. So. Onto the transmission filter. Out with the old and in with the new. So did you hear from Tom that they don't let you do these early now?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
It is. Yeah, they started changing the year. Well, they didn't put it into the maintenance package on these newer ones. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, something they changed. And
I don't like the idea of waiting 7,500 miles for this. I feel like it should be done before that.
I prefer early. You know, I mean.
Yeah, I don't.
Those things. Why not?
Yeah, it
might be overkill.
It might be overkill, but it's definitely not something that's going to ever hurt to do it too often.
I agree. So I agree with your decision, jumping at it now, and especially, you know, could be a lot of scenarios where, you know, you don't put a lot of miles on per year.
Yeah.
So at that point, you know, how many years is it going to go before you rack up 7,500?
Exactly.
And I don't love that.
Nope. Plus, whenever I bought this, they gave me a free oil change on top of the free oil change from GM. So I figured I'll get the oil change for free. I'll provide the filter today, and then 7,500, I'll get it for free again.
Yeah, I think
that's the way to do it.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it a 2 year? 2 years?
3 years now.
3 year now.
Yeah.
Okay.
They keep increasing because originally it was only a year.
Yeah, right.
And it's like 99% of the people that buy these cars don't put that many miles on their car in like 3 years.
Yeah, exactly.
So new bolts come with the transmission filter kit as well, guys. These are real low torque bolts, so I think they're like 15 inch-pounds or some craziness. A little bit of Loctite on there as well, so you throw away your old ones and put on the new ones. And then while he's tightening that up, we had another Corvette pull up. I guess today's the Corvette day. This is a red C5 looking really fresh, basically brand new looking. Check that out. Not bad. So we got all kinds of Corvettes here today. Are you always this busy with Corvettes, Greg, or is it only since I put you on the internet?
It certainly helped doing that. No doubt, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, you know, you're welcome. So that's pretty much it, guys. Filter's done. Oil change is pretty much done. We'll put the pan back on here, drop the car down, dump the oil in, and that's it. We're ready to go. Greg is very quick and efficient at this. I mean, you know he's a Corvette guy whenever his desk has all kinds of Corvette memorabilia on it, so gotta love it. Nice. That's the 5W50, right? Yeah. Was that already planned out in 8 quarts?
Yep.
Holy cow, look at this guy. No messing around, just dump it in, call it a day.
I know what it is, and there it is.
You've been getting efficient. How many kids do you have?
2 boys.
2 boys. Oh yeah, the boys are definitely.
My 9-year-old, he had that little white C7 this morning. He's like, "Dad, can I jump in there and start it? Come on, please, let me start the race car."
Did you? So tell the camera what you said about my engine bay.
I said that's a beautiful engine bay. I love it. Looks fantastic. Super clean. Just looks amazing.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you. It really did turn out nice, but I like whenever other people notice because there is a lot of difference there.
Oh yeah, it looks fantastic.
And I know you see C8s a lot, so.
Yeah, dude, it looks very nice.
Thank you.
Very well put together.
Alright guys, we're all done. That's a thing of beauty. Oil's 100%, filter, transmission filter's 100%. We're at 2352. It was a nice little process here. Obviously you want to call in, talk to Tom. Tom's the service advisor. Tom's gonna then hook you up with Greg whenever you have a Corvette. Like you guys saw, today was like Corvette day here at Cochran, so really a cool day to have this done. Greg really knows his stuff and had the thing pretty much done after maybe an hour, everything buttoned up. So really fast, really easy, kind of done on your way, and it's done in a Corvette fan style where, you know, nothing's getting scratched, everything's well protected. He laid down kind of like a microfiber towel over top of anything in the engine bay to make sure that nothing got scratched. So really, really nice experience here. Every time I'm here, I'm impressed. So big thumbs up to Cochran. Of course, if you guys are in the area here, Pennsylvania, Cranberry area, I would highly recommend them. I drive about an hour from my house to come here, and I pass probably 7 Chevy dealerships on the way because this is the one I trust. So if you guys feel the same, smash the thumbs up button. Like I said, talk to Tom. He's a service advisor. He'll put you in touch with Greg, of course. We'll get your work done. You will not regret it. It's going to be a really nice kind of situation. So we're going to go get some gas, and then I'm going to head home. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. So if you liked what you saw, please smash the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. And as always, guys, stay obsessed. I always forget, this car shifts so much smoother after the transmission filter change. She's a beast. Only 2,300 miles, but as soon as you change that transmission filter, it feels smoother. Definitely do it before 7,500 miles.